any smart device. TTT News, nightly at 6. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Man, brought to you by Coca-Cola, sharing in the real magic of football.
Welcome one and all. This is the 12th month here on TTT Season 5, and we have a lot in store for you. So much so that we're going to go immediately to the thoughts. After a short break, all of the scores remain the same. Liverpool on top in England over Manchester City, followed by Chelsea and Arsenal. Over in Italy, it's Napoli that lead from Atlanta. Inter Milan only in 4th, and those who support AC Milan, they're down in 7th position, as the case may be. And then in Germany, it's all Bayern Munich. They've opened up a 5-point lead on RB Leipzig, so they are no doubt looking this season as if they will finally win a title, and finally Harry Kane might win a title too as well from Tottenham. And as we look at Spain, well, Real Madrid are just 6 points adrift of Barcelona, but they have a game in hand, and they'll be hoping they can close the gap as time progresses. And of course, Paris Saint-Germain remain on top in France. We've got a marvelous group with us, a lot of them from Manchester, because Manchester is on a high. Not Manchester City, but Manchester United is on a high. Manchester City have lost 4 games in a row, so they're on a low. And we're also going to be going to London, a team that used to do good in London. When we come back, we'll be back.
During the weekends, we do like a grill in a come-together like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in your hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
It's savings and big discounts when you shop at Fens nationwide. Upgrade your home or treat yourself to something special. Enjoy store-wide savings on furniture, appliances, electronics, bedroom, and so much more when you shop at Fens of Marbella, Penal, and Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. Visit us in-store for more information or call 650-FENS, that's 650-3367, or check us out on Facebook, Fens of Trinidad and Tobago, serving generations.
TTT News, delivering more news at more times to more people. TTT News, reporting on the people, events, and issues that affect your life. TTT News, online and fully interactive. TTT News, nightly at 6. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
People call them castles, but they're not castles. They're not castles at all.
When you saw the level of violence and inhumanity that took place in those spaces, you have dungeons, and on top of the dungeons are churches.
We are now in the room of no return.
I probably was in a longer time there and a time by myself where I could just take my calabash and pour no water and say my prayers to my ancestors and tell them I reach back.
Maybe Sankofa is the right word.
Hey football fans, this is Shaka Hislop. Football fever returns to Trinidad and Tobago, and for many, this is the best time of their life. In Trinidad and Tobago, nothing beats a good old talk. The banter, the heckling, the teasing, And in season 5 of the 12th Man, Andre Batiste is committed to delivering your voice and your team. 12th Man is on and better than ever. And only say a prayer for Andre, please. Let's pray together that this is Arsenal's year. Lord knows we've been laughing at him long enough.
Welcome back, welcome back. This is the 12th Man here on TTT Season 5. And as I promised you, we've got a load of supporters of various teams. But we've got with us some well-known broadcasters, journalists, as well as others who are well-known in their various fields. So let me start first by introducing a man who needs no introduction. Those of you who watch television would recently have seen him with the Catholic News station as well. All right, but of course he's better known for being involved in sports, whether with 2 other stations, I don't need to call the names, but 2 other stations as well. So he joined us, of course, Roger Santos. Hey, Roger, welcome.
Thank you very much, Andre. Good evening to you. Good evening to your guests, and of course, good evening to all the viewers.
Roger, some of the guests didn't recognize you. They say you look younger. Is it true? How have you kept your age?
Well, one of the things you didn't say about me is I am into road running these days.
Oh,
so
right.
Maybe that's helping a bit and keeping some of the gray hairs away.
All right, certainly doing a good job. All right, that was a good job. Now we talk about a bad part maybe for you. Manchester United. You're a supporter of Manchester United, Roger Sant. Why?
Well, back in the 80s when I first started to pick up football, I guess these guys might remember the days of big league soccer, right, where we used to look at highlights and a feature game. For some reason, I took a liking to a guy named Gary Bailey, who was a goalkeeper with Manchester United. And I've always liked goalkeeping and goalkeepers, and I started to follow him. And since then, I've been following Man United. How
has it been?
Well, it was good. And it was very good for several years, of course. And I mean, the treble in 1999 with our very own Dwight York, and the dynasty that Alex Ferguson was able to create. However, when you reach those heights, there's only one way after you have a situation where the coach, the patriarch of the team really left, and since then they have not been able to recover. But I guess when you're a supporter of a club, a team, you have to go through these kinds of things and through thick and thin.
Surprised that it has taken so long and still taking so long?
Definitely. In these times where you could basically buy players at will with these clubs in all professional sport, get coaches. It shouldn't take 8 coaches and you still can't find the formula. So really and truly, it's been too long for them.
So looking forward to Sunday, first game for the new coach?
Definitely. It's the start. Who would have thought at this beginning of the season, just a few weeks ago, Ten Hag would have been out? I mean, there were rumblings, but I support that decision to make a coaching change. And let's see, Ruben is only 39 years old, so still young really in the coaching game. But hopefully he can make a drastic improvement, because they are in the bottom half of the table and they need to definitely move up from there.
All right, let's go to London. We've got Kurt Aller with us here. Kurt, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became a Chelsea supporter.
Well, I work at Caribbean Packaging Industries for the last 30 years, and I became a Chelsea supporter at the age of 18. I support Dennis Wise, Zola, Hasselbank. So
that was the losing days of Chelsea?
Yes, before Ruud Gullit gave us our first FA Cup.
Right.
And from then, we developed a team that could give Man United and Arsenal and Liverpool competition until we got Didier Drogba, Lampard, John Terry, Ashley Cole, name a few. But my biggest support was when we won the Champions League in 2012. It was a very emotional for me, because we lost against United with John Terry penalty miss in the weather, but so be it. And it was very emotional, and I enjoyed that game very much.
How are you feeling this season after what has transpired?
This season, we have a very young team, and so far, the only problem I have with my team is the defense. We allow too much penalties, and we're not consistent in the back. front and midfield, we have consistency with Sinero and this new fellow, Lavia. Yes. Up front, Jackson, well, he's now getting into his rhythm. But other than that, I think we could win the league this year.
Which league that is?
We could win this league this year.
Oh no, in the Premier League you're talking about?
Yes, the Premier League.
I want to be sure.
Yes,
I really want to be sure. I really want to be sure.
Yeah.
All right.
We could give a team for
and the fantasy part of the show comes up a little bit later, people. Just for those. All right. So anyway, so Martin, we have Martin. Martin is the numbers guy. I was told by his close friend Wayne. So Martin, tell us a little bit about Manchester City.
Well,
why Manchester City, and how long have you been a Manchester City fan? This is the real acid test, eh?
Call me a bandwagonist.
Oh, go ahead and call you one.
Call me one.
Oh!
I've been following them for the past 12 years.
Okay.
Since
No,
2012.
that's reasonably okay.
Right?
Yeah.
2012, right? Prior to that, I was a Man U, primarily because
hold on. So why you left?
primarily because of Dwight York.
And you left?
Yeah, I left. And I just wanted to be different from our partners and them, like Wayne, Ricardo. We have a club called TFAC, you know.
Right.
So I just wanted to be different.
So you choose Manchester City because they were winning, or why you choose them?
The style initially was the way how they play their football, possession, and well, that was brought on a lot more. Well, I'm really a follower of Pep Guardiola.
Okay.
So my side was Barca. Then I moved across with Bayern. I was
you
moving with him.
You have plenty teams.
Yeah, I was moving.
You have a real team.
I was moving with him.
So you went to Bayern Munich too?
And then when he came across to Man City in 2016, the season 2016-17, so I came across with him. And then his philosophy in football, in fact, he has changed football in the English Premier League, because a lot of managers try to adapt to his style of play, and so. So the possession, right? Having taken what we used to call left back, right back, turning them into wing backs, but inverted wing backs now, you know, where they come into the midfield. So all that sort of stuff.
What's gone wrong over the last four matches?
Well, we have an injury issue going on. Right now, the John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Ake, Akanji, right? All of them have one injury problem, and most of it is muscle related. De Bruyne has come back, but he will need a few games, and then De Bruyne now is about 33, 34, and I realize for the last 2 seasons he's breaking down.
All right.
So we have to look at that situation, right? And then Haaland. I mean, everybody went crazy over Erling Haaland, but he's not a complete footballer for me. He's a goal scorer. That's it. Complete.
All right.
Right?
I know you're going to talk forever.
But we'll leave it there.
We leave it there. Better we do it.
Yeah.
Tino Singh, who joins us, of course, a former sports editor at the Trinidad Guardian. Tino, Manchester United, why?
Sport is a passion, you know, for me. I ended up being the sports editor of the Guardian. I didn't go there with the intentions of ever being a sports editor or anything like that. I started off as a general reporter.
Okay.
In the Guardian. Graduated to become a sports editor. I mean, the early part of my sporting life, quote, I supported Brazil football. That's the team that I supported as a football entity. And of course, West Indies as a cricket, but that's a different story.
Mm.
But what happened is that in starting to write sport, I came across a young man called Dwight York. And his career in football was when my career in sports journalism started. So I followed Dwight into Manchester United. There wasn't anything about loving any particular team. When Dwight went to Manchester United, it was a simple case of following Dwight and the team that he supported. And I've supported them since. I mean, we had the best of Alex Ferguson in the era that I started to follow them. And now we just have a tail end. We don't, you don't know when we ever going to be in good graces of the football world.
All right, well, you still have hope. All right, because I always ask this question. I'm going to start with you first, Tino. Which team that you like to see lose? Simple Trinidad language. Which team that you like, which club team that you like to see lose? Which team?
Chelsea.
Chelsea? Chelsea. Martin?
Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Mm-hmm. City.
Good. City. Your friend?
City.
Yeah, all right.
Across the river, way.
Yeah, just like, yeah, your friend, you know. I hear Manchester City. I hear loud and clear. Roger?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. I expect most Manchester United people to be Liverpool because of the closest in terms of championships. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back. This is the 12th man here on TTT.
During the weekends, we do like a grill in a come-together like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in the hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
I feel like I stay right here. Look how the mass are away. Everybody charge up. We going higher. Full of energy. Energy. Everybody charge up. We going higher. Full of energy. Energy. Bamba beating Bamba day. Better jump on this Monday. With a breakout story. Melda oh, why you gone away? I'd be in love, all my love. Just the other day, you was laying next to me, but now you're far away. I'll confess these feelings, are you listening? She said never again, says ya never again. Ya take all the pain, says ya never again.
Chuso was a mighty man. And to make matters worse, he was black. Cooking, washing, starching, bleaching. We came together in song to study the Horn of Africa. Cutlassing and lifting them heavy grips with the crates.
The Emancipation Support Committee, in collaboration with Republic Bank Limited, Power to Make a Difference program. Spoken Word competition airs this Sunday, November 24th at 10 a.m. Let's celebrate, learn and embrace the richness of African heritage. All this November on TTT.
Football is back, and with it, sporting fans, so is the 12th man. It's new, it's different, it's interactive, and most of all, it's fun. This is Mikey Holding, giving a big shout out to the one and only Andre Errol Baptiste, the original 12th man, back again for a record-breaking 5th season on TTT. Join and share in the smiles and more on the 12th man.
Welcome back. This is the 12th man here on TTT Season 5. Next up, question of football brought to you by Coca-Cola. So let's go. Question number 1. It's a long question. I'll try my best here, people. Question number 1. And it reads as follows for those of you watching. Of the following players, which two players would you pay $100 to watch at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in 2025. These are retired players, obviously. Ronaldo, Zola, Henry, Drogba, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, Michael Owen, John Terry, or Dimitar Berbatov. So it's Berbatov, Terry, Owen, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho, Drogba, Henry, Zala, and the real Ronaldo. All right? Right? So which of those players there would you pay $100 to watch? Tino Singh, which 2 players?
Ronaldinho and Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, all right. Let me hear you, Martin.
Great minds think alike. I was going with that too, Ronaldo and Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Kurt?
I would say Drogba and Zola.
Drogba and Chelsea.
Yes.
2 Chelsea, man. Stick with the Chelsea, man. He might hear him budge. He stick with them Chelsea, them 2 Chelsea, man.
I would love to see them play. I would love to see them play.
Of course. Roger?
I would say Ronaldo, who is playing a lot of tennis these days.
Yes, trying to stay fit.
Yes, and Drogba.
And Drogba. Yeah. All right, Ronaldo and Drogba. All right, let's go. Question number 2. Question number 2 again brought to you by Coca-Cola. And question number 2 says, which player would be great at 7-a-side football in the new era? In these young players, which of them would be good at 7-a-side football? You know, we play a lot of 7-a-side football in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. Which of these players would be good? Right, one player does this, right? Luka Modric, Real Madrid. Jack Grealish, Manchester City. Bukayo Saka, Arsenal. Phil Foden, Manchester City. Doku, Manchester City. A lot of them injured, though, I know. Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool. Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid. Gavi, Barcelona. Mbappe, Real Madrid. And Yamal, Barcelona. All right. Let me start with you first, Martin. Which one of those players do you think would be really good in a Trinidad and Tobago environment, 7-a-side football?
Mohamed Salah.
Salah? Why Salah?
He's very good in small spaces.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Good.
I would say Gavi.
Why Gavi?
He neat, and he knows how to control the environment he has, and he could pass in small spaces now also.
All right.
Should be good.
So Gavi from Barcelona. Roger?
I would say Mbappe. Skill. Yeah.
And he can't run offside. Well, he might. You never know in a 7-a-side football. In reality, he might divide the word offside. Yes, he might divide the word offside. All right. So Tino, which one for you? Saka. Why Saka?
Same small space, smaller environment and thing. I think he will excel in that kind of environment.
All right. Here comes the most difficult question for at least 2 of you all here. Question number 3. And we want you to be honest. While working in the media, at least 2 of you all have worked in the media, right? Roger Sant and Tino Singh. So I'm going to ask the 2 of you all last. I'm going to ask the other 2 gentlemen. There's their guess if they work in the media. Based on the fact that they have a very close media friend. And again, let's not say goodnight to Wayne Cunningham. All right? So let's go. While working in the media, who gave the most trouble at times? Is it the sportsmen, sportswomen, other media personnel, editors, your bosses, the cameramen, anyway, reporters, the technical men, of course, the marketing men, or, let me repeat this one, the producers or the directors. Let me say the directors. So is it the directors? Is it the directors? Let me repeat the directors part. Is it the directors? Again, I ask you, is it the directors? Is it the marketing people? Is it the technical? Is it the reporters? Is it the cameramen or camerawomen, as the case may be? Is it the bosses, the editors, the other media, sportswomen, or the sportsmen? Martin, if you were in the media and based on your knowledge of some of the media personnel you know, who is the most difficult?
I will say the sportsmen. Because some of them, they're like prima donnas. So, very demanding.
Even in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sportsmen. Not the sportswomen, the sportsmen.
No, the sportsmen.
All right. Cut. Let me hear you. Because you're laughing. Yeah, don't worry about Wayne Cunningham. Don't worry. Let's hear you.
I will agree with Martin. Yeah. Sportsmen. Because one, I find they tend to figure they're in charge, but the real man in charge is the boss, the coach. And they take this for granted that they depend, that we as spectators, as sports fans, we watch them in a way that we're supposed to be following them in their attitude. But some of these sportsmen, their attitude towards the game now is very deplorable. And it has turned a game, it's changed a game, and it's make sports fans feel like, you know, all they care about is just money. So I say sportsmen.
All right. Tino, you are actually in it.
Well, I had to flip a coin, you know, the number of people you put there. That's so many of them give me trouble over the years. Reporters, my bosses, sportsmen, you know, so to pick one is going to be very difficult.
Give it to them because I'll spare you and Roger. Because I don't want to just sing me single out.
Sometimes you send a reporter to do something for you and you can't get in contact with them, you're calling, that's all kinds of difficulties you have in getting this story. As an editor, of course.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, I agree with them. Some of these sportsmen that we've had to deal with were prima donnas, you know, very early in their career, they started wear gold chain around their neck and all kind of thing, and they were very difficult to get to speak to and stuff like that. So yeah, I will sort of support that in a sense.
All right, Roger, let me hear you. Which one?
Definitely A, sportsman.
Good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. I don't think over my career,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
I don't think that the media was seen as an ally. For some reason, and Tino, I'm not sure what your thoughts are, but we weren't seen as part of the sporting landscape. You know, so we were in sport, we covered sport, we were at so many events, and for some reason we weren't seen as an ally to help improve sport in the country or even promote some of the same sports people we were covering. It was always they dealt with us because they had to, and sometimes they didn't deal with us because they quite different in American sports, for example, where there's almost an obligation when in professional sports you have to talk to the media before a game or after a game, win, lose or draw. In my career over the years, it was always a matter of choice and definitely sportsmen. You know, you would always have little squabbles with the people you work with, cameramen or editors or other reporters.
Directors.
But yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Which you might be experiencing now. I think the sportsmen give us a hard time.
You know, I agree in terms of that. Yeah.
I moved away from the reporters and I came to the same realization that they
you think it has changed that in terms of the sportsmen now accepting the people in the media?
I think the whole approach to dealing with the media has changed. Of course, you have people at the end of a game bringing certain people who have done well and sitting at a table and you can ask them questions and stuff like that. So that there's an evolution that is in the best interest of the media now.
And do you feel that there is at times, this is a general question for both of you all, sometimes in the media, in sports, there are persons who align more to one media person than the other media person. Is that wrong or right? It doesn't matter.
Well, you build relationships along the way, and that is a very important part of your career as a journalist. Really, you need to be able to break a story from time to time, as I'm sure that Roger would have done that on his own. I've done it several times myself. But if you become friendly with a particular player, a particular athlete, that is in the best interest of the job that you represent.
Roger?
Yes, definitely. It's all about relationships and fostering those relationships because you need that. And we have a small, we're a small country, and between West Indies cricket and football, those were our major sports, and athletics to a lesser extent. And it was always important to build relationships. And I mean, if it's one person who I thought in my career who never gave any trouble was Arthur Bolden. At Olympic Games, walking on the streets of Port of Spain, he would always stop. He would always give you an interview. He
doesn't
would
matter
always,
who you are.
Yeah. Arthur, I remember in my first Olympic Games in Sydney 2000, where you were among all these people, and Arthur would call you by your first name, and you felt happy, you felt proud that here you had someone who was one of the best sprinters in the world, reaching out to us.
Never change. Yep. All right, take a short break. We'll be back. This is the 12th Man.
During the weekends, we do like a grill in a come-together like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in the hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
It's savings and big discounts when you shop at Fens nationwide. Upgrade your home or treat yourself to something special. Enjoy store-wide savings on furniture, appliances, electronics, bedroom, and so much more when you shop at Fens of Marbella, Penal, and Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. Visit us in-store for more information or call 650 FENS, that's 650-3367, or check us out on Facebook, FENS of Trinidad and Tobago, serving generations.
World Television Day. Innovating for the future. Television continues to evolve, offering viewers interactive and immersive experiences. Advancements like smart TVs, AI-driven recommendations, and streaming platforms are transforming how content is consumed. This innovation ensures television remains a key medium for communication, education, and entertainment in the digital era.
TTT News, delivering more news more often to more people. Follow us on social media at TTT Live Online.
Season equals new dreams, and many football fans are dreaming of their team actually winning this season. But the reality is that only one team can win, so many will just be dreaming and wishing and hoping that their team can deliver. Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Notice I have not mentioned Arsenal. Don't be upset, I'm not mentioning Man U either. This is Atto Bolden inviting all of you to follow the 12th Man as they celebrate a new season, Season 5 on TTT, and enjoy the ride.
Welcome back. This is the 12th Man here on TTT, Season 5. All right, next up is the Fantasy Premier League. Let's have a look at who is ahead in Trinidad and Tobago, and you're seeing it, all of the 732 points. Wow, anyway. They're the top 10 in Trinidad and Tobago. If you don't have more than 600, then they're not doing good, I understand. All right. That includes a lot of persons, including myself. All right, well, let's look at the next set here. And that's the next set from numbers 11 to 20 in Trinidad, and there you've seen all of the points. Where Marvin is looking for himself, but he's not on that list, Marvin. He's not on that list. I must tell him in advance he's not. I look for his name every week, and he's never on the list, so he's not in the top 20. So I'm just telling him in advance. All right, here's the team of the week. Here's the team of the week, and you're looking at all the players who would have done excellent for their various teams over the week just gone. And you're seeing in the background. All right, anyway, after the team of the week, that's the team of the week. You see in the background, 399 guests. Well, we have now crossed the 400 guests, new guests, here on the 12th one, because these 4 men have never been here before. So we're going to 403 in just one night. All right, so in the 5 seasons that we have had the show so far, we have had 403 different guests. The majority have been Manchester United. I can tell you that clearly. I have the list with me. All right. Let's have a look at who is in and who is out. Who is in and who is out. There's who is in and who is out. A lot of people went for Mohamed Salah because he's rolling back the years. He chopped up some of his hair and he's rolling back the years. He's looking younger, he's playing better, and he had Liverpool on top. And there are the other players on the list. And the players they've got rid of, people have got rid of Haaland. Maybe they listen to you, Martin, and they realize Haaland is, but he still scores goals nevertheless. But a lot of people have got rid of Haaland, as the case may be. All right. So of all of the gentlemen here, people, I must say the only one of them play Fantasy Premier League, Kurt Allard. Kurt, I know I asked you this, I'm going to ask you again. And have you remembered your score? Actually, have you had a recall of your score? Have you been able to, over the time of this show, have you been able to dig into your memory and recall how much points you have?
Right now I'm running 7th in my fantasy. The team I used to play with, I have 450 points.
Oh, okay. 400.
Because I had Haaland as my captain.
Right. Yeah, how much? 450? Marvin, that would put you really, very low down. Yeah, 450 points. It would put him... That would put Marvin on quite 600, or you are 450.
Yeah, because I haven't really continued to change my players.
No, but I think you need to change. You need to change.
My defender was Rich James. He was injured for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, well, Jackson hasn't been doing well.
You're picking us at Chelsea, man?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
You looking for your own trouble. You looking for your own trouble.
I will not lie to you. I will support my players. I had Jackson, Palmer, and Sanchez.
Right, when you leave here, Marvin normally has some good selection every week, at least one good player. Ask him for a player and make a change. Make a change. Make a change.
Ask him.
All right.
But,
next up, we have a new segment. Let's go to it.
You think you coulda get in on my feelings? You coulda get me fi settle down. Me give a hit and run. Me give a hit and run.
Anyway, this hit and run. Let me explain this hit and run section for many of you out here. This is football we talking, right? I'm trying to tell you direct, so that's in the back wrong end. Football we talking. All right, so it really means which player on your team currently you would want to get rid of. Basically, hit and tell him to go. Basically, which player you feel has not helped your team so far this season. All right, so Kurt, let's start with you. Which player? Who?
Modric.
Modric?
I mean,
no.
Oh, because I know Modric with Real Madrid. Yeah, he gets me up there, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna say Modric with Real Madrid.
Oh God, what's his name, man? Number 10.
Modric.
Modric. The guy only pay over 100.
Yes,
and
we paid $100 million for.
Yeah, wow, $100 million.
Yes,
wow.
we need to get rid of him.
Modric or something,
yes.
right? The case may be.
Get rid of him.
From Ukraine.
Yes.
Right. All right, you want to get rid of him?
Yes.
And nobody buying him?
No.
All right. Roger, is there any player you think on Manchester United team that any one player on Manchester United team that you feel you want to get rid of?
It's a tough call. I don't know if the time has come to say goodbye to. I'm just Marcus Rashford is popping into my mind.
Okay, yeah. I've heard a lot of people talk about him.
I don't know what has happened to him, and maybe he needs a change of scenery.
All right, Marcus Rashford. Tino?
I mean, Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
I mean, oh God. How long are we going to take Rashford for, boy?
But
How long again?
I think he signed a contract. He have a contract extension, you know.
Yeah.
So he ain't going, you know. Martin, who you want to get rid of?
Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish? But he was injured, not so that way he
£100
did.
million.
Right.
First season, disaster. Last year, not bad. Not for £100 million. And this year, injuries.
So you want to get rid of him?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you have it, people. Rashford is Marcus Rashford, Modric, and Jack Grealish. That is the selection of the many. We take a short break. We'll be back.
TTT News, online and fully interactive. Follow us on social media at TTT Live Online.
Chuso was a mighty man. And to make matters worse, he was black. Cooking, washing, starching, bleaching. We came together in song to steady the horn of Africa. Cutlassing and lifting them heavy grips with the crates.
The Emancipation Support Committee, in collaboration with Republic Bank Limited, Power to Make a Difference program. Spoken Word competition airs this Sunday, November 24th at 10 a.m. Let's celebrate, learn, and embrace the richness of African heritage. All this November on TTT.
Health and wellness, the core of our existence on planet Earth. Let us hear the voices of our very own citizens, our local and regional medical community, scientists and climatologists. Caribbean Medical TV is geared to developing a consciousness in our people in terms of our health and lifestyle. Knowledge is a very powerful tool, and we must empower ourselves with the information to protect against chronic and other related diseases. From the impact of climate change on our health to NCDs, Season 3 of Caribbean Medical TV tackles the challenges we all face, giving our citizens hope for a better tomorrow. Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Big news is that the teams behind them, Bayern Munich, they're wearing the Chelsea jersey, and some people say it better is come here, back.
What a way to start the season for West Ham! What a strike that is, Gary. Took aim, fired.
Who are the people you're going to contact? Who you feel you're going to contact?
My wife walked on the Champions League song. Just staggering! It's headed into the net. He twists a new set of blood.
They will eat your food by hand. There's work on it.
Sir.
All right. So because all of these are newbies, let me explain how WASA works. WASA works in that we have a selection of photos of persons who we felt would have had WASA moments, and then I give you an imaginary situation where you heard the guy say WASA, where you could say your own version of WASA. Some people sing it, some people dance it, some people they mime it, they rap it, or whatever it is. Tino sing is as you know, Roger, Tino is a champion when it comes to singing. He would have won the award of the Guardian Media many times in terms of singing, so he might be able to sing that WASA for all of us. All right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look now at who's on the list. And this is, there you're seeing all the different persons in terms of the list. Chris Wood, Alan, Saka, Salah, Gordon. Well, they put Dwight York in there because he was given the national coach job, and Cole Palmer. All right, best football player in the EPL. Which one of those players is the best football player in the EPL? I think that was the list. Not the Dwight York, obviously, right? As you see in there, right? But we just see. Let me ask them, Tino, which one of those players is the best player in the EPL? You can put back up the sheet again so they can be sure. Right now. Apart from Dwight York, which one do you say, Tino Singh?
Salah.
Salah? Martin, which player? Best player in the EPL right now?
Salah.
Salah? The Chelsea man? Don't say Cole Palmer, eh?
Well, I'll
don't say Cole Palmer!
So we're going to tell you.
No, right.
We're going to tell you.
Anyway, see where you want. See where you want. But I know he's going there.
At the end of the day,
I know he's going there.
It could be a right. Yeah, it could be a fanatic.
Yeah,
but I'll
exactly.
go with Saka. I'll go with Saka.
All right, yeah, right. Saka.
I'll go with Saka.
All right, yeah, right. All right.
Palmer, yeah, but I'll go with Saka.
Roger, let me hear you.
So I'm a Dutch fan.
Yes.
I love Virgil van Dijk, even though I don't like Liverpool, but I will go with Salah.
All right.
No, I'll go with Salah.
Go with Salah? All right. I think nobody can disagree with Salah, certainly. All right. So here's the situation. Again, you also imaginary situation. Let me start with the Chelsea man first, because you have the hardest, right? Because you're in the Conference League, right? Nobody knows about that league.
Yeah.
Not many people. It's a new league. It's new. It's now started.
It's the third season.
Third, I didn't know so much.
Yes.
All right, but anyway,
that below the Euro.
Yes. You have a Conference League. There's the Conference League, you know.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
They will win.
They will win. So you get your wish, and you all go on and win the Conference League.
That's the problem.
That's the league you feel you're going to win, right?
Yeah.
You're not the Premier League.
And the Premier League.
All right. So okay, imaginary situation.
Right.
You go on and you win both.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear your version of WASA and who you're calling first. Let's tell me. Let me just say your celebration WASA call and who you're calling.
WASA Cole Palmer.
And who you're calling? on your phone.
Ah.
Not who name you calling. You want this call,
My wife?
You calling your wife? Was she not next year?
No.
Oh, God, anyway, I don't want to know. I don't want.
I'll call my wife.
You call her and tell her?
Yeah.
She don't watch football with you?
She watched the Champions League in 2012, where we beat, because she was a Bayern Munich fan.
What? Wow. And,
She's a Bayern Munich fan.
and you know, you said that's the most memorable victory for you?
Yeah.
All right. That reminds me what you said. I did say that. You said that.
I'm telling you, she was a Bayern Munich fan.
Roger, here's the situation for you. Manchester United go on and win. You're in the Champions League. You're in the...
No, Europa.
Europa, sorry, my apologies. You go on and win the Europa League, and you go on and win the English Premier League.
Where, sir?
Who you calling?
I'll definitely have to call my son, Nicholas. Okay. He tells me all the time, I made him a Manchester United fan, and shortly after I made him a Manchester United fan, you know, the fortunes declined, so he kind of keeps that against me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, all right. Tino, here's the situation. Same outcome as Roger. Manchester United go on and win Europa, and Manchester United go on and win the English Premier League.
Yes, sir. Mario! That's my son.
Yes, son.
Yeah.
The Barcelona, they call him Mario?
Yeah, Barcelona.
He taking your call?
Nah, he mightn't take it. Nah, if you know the results. He ain't taking it.
Martin, you're always winning, so I'm going to give you something that you're accustomed to doing.
Yeah.
Which is that Manchester City go on and win the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go on and do the double, which they've done before, which is to win the Champions League and also win the English Premier League. Let's hear your version of Wesa and who you're calling.
Wait, sir.
What? What kind of voice that is, boy? Ain't that voice? You have a voice like somebody I know.
Yeah. I call him a partner for work, Roger, because he's a Liverpool fan. So I want to put tears into his eyes.
Hey. All right. Let's go. Next up is the doghouse. Let's go, the doghouse. Who is in the doghouse? And there it is. They've put the coach of Jamaica, because Jamaica, most of you know, have imported all of these foreign players, and they still lost to the USA. They lost both games to the USA. Trinidad was able to defeat the USA on one occasion. So they put the coach, the former England coach too as well, the former England coach Steve McCarron, into the doghouse. Roger, if you had to put somebody in the doghouse, who would you put?
From?
Anyway. And you just put them, any player, any coach, any referee. And you feel could go in the doghouse right now?
You know what? I will put Eric Ten Hag.
Eric Ten Hag?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
He had a good run there, but still didn't do anything.
Webb.
The Webb? The man who in charge of all the referees?
Yeah.
Howard Webb. Okay, good. All right. Well done. He make a lot of excuses, so I agree with you. He make a lot of excuses. Martin?
I'll put the VAR system into the doghouse.
Yeah.
They have made some serious blunders this season.
Not for the first time, though.
No. We get the cup. We get the cup. Good, we get the cup.
You know who you want to put?
All the directors of the Manchester Football Club.
All of them? And you lock in the door?
Yeah.
No way out. All right. That's it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we continue here on the 12th Man on TTT.
People call them castles, but they're not castles. They're not castles at all.
When you saw the level of violence and inhumanity that took place in those spaces, you have dungeons, and on top of the dungeons are churches.
We are now in the room of no return.
I probably was in a longer time there and a time by myself where I could just take my calabash and pour no water and say my prayers to my ancestors and tell them I reach back.
Maybe Sankofa is the right word.
There is no need to suffer. You can come down to the Optimal Life Wellness Center where it is safe, it is affordable.
You don't have to take my word for it. You can
come down to Optimal Life Wellness Center and see for yourself and experience for yourself what I have experienced. The life I now live is a lot healthier and more fulfilling. These products have actually given me a sense of a future and very, very important.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
World Television Day.
Television, connecting the world. Reaching billions of people, television plays a crucial role in uniting people by sharing stories that transcend borders. News, global events, and diverse perspectives create shared experiences and connect audiences worldwide in their homes.
Hello, I'm Ricardo Kaká, and I'm here to support all the 12 men, and also you support the 12 men. Take care.
Welcome back. This is the 12th man here on TTT. Remember, tonight, for season 5, we have crossed 400 guests on one program for the first time ever. All these 4 guests are newbies, and they have made it 403. That's the total we are at now, as we speak here on TTT. But we're going to roll it back. We're going to start with Tino saying we're going to roll it back and ask each of the guests here what has been their best moment as a supporter of their respective teams. Tino has been supporting Manchester United.
Going into the last minute of the Champions League final against Bayern Munich, 1-0 down and scoring 2 goals and winning the game in regulation time.
Where were you? Remember where you were at that time?
In my office in the Guardian.
Anyway, how you be? Bad or not?
Well, I mean, I took it as, any fan would, to jump and, to equalize.
Was it on the back page of the Guardian the next day?
I think so, yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
You think so?
But, yeah, to be going into the last minute of a game 1-0 down.
Yeah, of course.
And equalize to start with, you jump up. You're happy, you're looking now to go into extra time. We didn't need extra time.
One of the best moments.
So that is the best moment. That was the 3rd trophy we won that season.
Wow. All right, great. Martin, best moment for you as a Man City supporter?
Well, I'm a bit torn in the sense of, well, I could say the 22-23 season where we did the treble, the champions, the English Premier League and the FA Cup. But it will have to be that year when we pipped Man U. Aguero! Aguero!
We all remember that.
That will have to be.
That lives on, actually.
Yeah.
Where were you? Can you tell us?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. I want to make sure. I want to make sure.
I was trying to remember the bars.
No, because the reason I ask, because of who your friend is. Because of who your friend is. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was in a bar watching it.
All right.
Can't recall the bar.
All right, that's okay. Yeah. Time flies. We know that.
Yeah.
Kurt, what's your best moment as a Chelsea?
2012, when Didier Drogba headed that equalizer to send that game into extra time against Bayern Munich.
This is your best moment when you watch the game with your wife who's a Bayern Munich fan. And that was your best moment.
What?
I want to make sure, I just want to make sure.
And then when my partner went and step up and take that penalty.
And
what?
Where were you?
Home.
Well, I was just making
watching the game.
I was making sure.
We were watching the game. And that...
How did your wife take it?
Well, she just watched me celebrate and just say, well, you go ahead. You have your fun.
So she's still a Bayern Munich fan today?
Yes, up to today.
Any reason why?
No, I can't say why, but she loves Bayern
Okay.
Munich.
Wow.
But anything against Chelsea? To say,
I was told to ask if you got food that week.
I ate before.
Oh!
Before the game starts, I make sure and eat.
I like that answer. That's a very good answer indeed. Roger, which one for you?
Well, Tino said it at the start.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely that that equalizer and that game-winning goal in the Champions League. And I was 2 floors above him, and I heard him making noise.
Oh, you heard him?
Yeah, in the Guardian building. Yeah.
Oh, I had so
CNC
much
3 at the
supporters.
time.
So much supporters there. So much supporters. All right, gentlemen. Let's have a look at the schedule of matches coming up this weekend. This is the schedule of matches here in the English Premier League, and you can watch your respective team games. So let me start with Martin. Look at your team. You're playing a game. You're on the streak of 4 losses.
Yeah.
You're playing against Tottenham Hotspurs. What are your thoughts?
On Tottenham, one of the boogie sides. Oh, Lord.
What is your
But
score?
then again,
give us a score.
I'm looking at 2-1.
2-1
in favor of my side.
On your side? All right.
Yeah, 2-1.
Roger, you're looking at Manchester United. You have that big game against Ipswich Town, who's coming off a victory against Tottenham. What score?
Well, of course, I'm picking Man U to win and 2-1 as well.
2-1 as well?
Yes.
All right,
With
Kurt.
our new coach.
With the new coach. Kurt, who are you playing? You're looking at who you're playing. Who you're playing?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Playing away, I say 3-1.
You're winning 3-1?
Yeah.
All right, a very confident man here. Tino, same
Well,
thing.
I know
Ipswich Town.
Ipswich is coming off a high because
Yes.
they defeated Tottenham in their last game. But I go into this game very optimistic. Our new coach has already identified that they're looking for an identity. I want to find out what that identity is. And I suspect he has a point to prove. We're going to score 4 goals in this game.
4 goals. And I want to start with you first as we come into the end of the program. In terms of identity, people have spoken a lot about that. How important is that, Tino, when you have covered so much football, in terms of a team having an identity? Is an identity better than the performance and a result?
Well, the thing about it is that when you look at how we've been playing under the 6 different coaches that we've had over there is nothing to say that this is Manchester United. So I think a lot of us will be hoping that we can look at the team, look at what they do on the field of play and say, hey, this is a new kind of feeling, a new kind of, however you look at it, and go out there and play a style that we could feel comfortable with. What we're looking for is something that we can identify as a Manchester under the era of Fergie. We knew that when we went out on the field under Fergie, a particular kind of football was something that we were going to get.
All right.
We don't know we're getting it.
What kind of identity would you put to your team, Manchester City?
Well, the philosophy Pep always had was about possession football and moving the ball around at a very quick pace. Not really. He's not really into the counter-attacking style, right? So and he lives with that, regardless of the result. He will always say that. So sometimes, if we lose, he will say his side played well because they played according to.
So right now the identity is what?
Huh?
Injuries, that's the identity?
Yeah.
All right. Injuries is the new
Injuries is the problem.
Is the new identity of Man City of Man City supporters.
No,
injuries is the new identity. I hear you all. Because of time, we're moving on quickly. Kurt, identity of your team, Chelsea.
I think as we get this new coach, I think the players now adapting to their style and the position that he's playing them in, they're comfortable in. And I think we could go for. Wow.
We know you think that. But thinking it and realize it's two different things. We know you think that. We know you're the only fantasy man here. Right, we understand that part. No, right. Roger, how you just like Tino, what are you thinking?
As Tino said, hoping that this new coach can make that difference and can somehow mesh. They have a lot of young players and then some experienced guys like Bruno and Casemiro, and hopefully he can bring it together so that team starts winning, right away. I think it's a very, very tough job, though.
All right, as we go, quick question, and we go in one shot. Who is going to win the English Premier League, Roger Sant?
I feel at this point, City.
The Chelsea man, who is going to win the English Premier League, Kurt?
I want my team to win, but I'll say Liverpool.
Liverpool, all right. Martin, who is going to win the English Premier League?
City.
City?
Mm-hmm.
And Tino to end, who is going to win the English Premier League this season?
It's been so up and down. But the team that is playing the best football right now, Liverpool, if they maintain how they're playing, they'll win the league.
All right, I want to thank all of you again. I thank all of you. You all are now 400, 401, 402, 403.
So who's 400, by the way? Me or
well,
Tino?
I don't know. I'm not going to count it. I'm not going to count it. But it's
Left
four.
to right, right to
left to
left.
right, right to left. 1 minute. So thank you all very much for achieving that record. This has been the 12th month here on TTT. Goodbye.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Greetings and welcome.